Welcome to Math News, the show where I go through some of the news that happened in the maths world during the past month. In this edition, I'll be going through what mathematicians have discovered about urban traffic models and using statistics to predict who will win Euro 2016. So first up, urban traffic models. Traffic's something that's quite difficult to model because of its lack of symmetry. So really there's no easy way of making a good traffic model. So currently to model traffic there are two main approaches, either the two-phase traffic theory or the three-phase traffic theory. Some modelists think that the two-phase theory is better in modeling traffic, while some think that the three-phase theory is the better theory, the better approach to model traffic. Now, the two-phase theory and the three-phase theory, these two different approaches to modeling traffic, doesn't seem to be linked to each other. But two researchers, Bo Young and Christopher Monterola, from Agency of Science, Technology and Research in Singapore, thought otherwise. They were able to show that both the two-phase theory and the three-phase theory, these two different approaches to modeling traffic, actually had very similar mathematics behind it and in fact are related to each other in a way. And this is a very neat discovery because all this time that they've been arguing whether the two-phase or the three-phase theory is better, they're in fact very similar. It might even be the same theory because the mathematics behind it is very similar. And the ability to come up with better traffic models will help us all because it will help us understand the driving behavior of us humans and also help us in developing algorithms for autonomous vehicles, to driverless vehicles. That's something that seems to be for the future, something that we all really look forward to. But less time on the road. This summer we will be witnessing two major sporting events, the Olympics in Rio de Janeiro and the Euros in France. Now the Olympics in Rio de Janeiro will start in August and we can probably guess who will be finishing at the top of the medals chart. The usual suspects like the United States, China or Russia. And in fact statistics says very similar. Now three mathematicians, Julia Bretman, Carsten J. Cred and Sebastian Otten, have came up with the model that's likely to predict how many medals each country will be winning at the Olympics. Now this model takes into account many different variables, including the population of the country, the GDP of the country, the political system that the country is employing, whether the country is near another host country or a host country itself, its past success in the previous Olympics, and how many female athletes will be attending the Olympics from that certain country. The three mathematicians used the model that they came up with and compared that against the results of the London 2012 Olympics, and they got quite decent results. And using this model, they predicted that the country that will finish top of the medals chart in Rio is the United States, followed by China, then Russia, then the United Kingdom. And using this model, they've also predicted that the host nation, Brazil, will finish 8 places higher than they did at London 2012. They'll finish joint 7th. Now out of the Euros in France that's already underway, Professor Achim Ziles from Innsbruck, Austria, forecasted who will win the Euros. Now how did the professor forecast the winner of the Euros? Well, he took into consideration the different winning odds from the different bookmakers. Different bookmakers would take into consideration stuff like past games the country's played, the injuries that the team has, or the groups, the brackets that they were drawn into. And after collecting the odds from the different bookmakers, he went on and simulated the tournament 100,000 times. Now, according to the professor, the team that's most likely to win the Euros is France at 21.5%, followed by Germany at 20.1%. Now, because of how the different countries are placed into the different groups and the rules of how the country progresses from the group stages, he also predicted that France and Germany are likely to be playing each other in the semi-finals, and whoever wins there is most likely to play Spain and beat Spain in the final of the Euros. But you also have to remember that sport is something that's rather unpredictable. Just ask Claudio Ranieri. And thank you very much for tuning in to Math News. If you like it, I may make this on a monthly basis. But if you don't, this will be a one-time thing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye. Now, if you're still hanging around, I want to show you my favourite joke about the Euros. This is from a show called Mock the Week, in the section called Scenes We'd Like to See, and the question was, unlikely things to hear at Euro 2012.
No, mate. This is row 6. Euro 2012.